Men often feel a bit left out when it comes to spiritual development. There are not as many resources aimed at men, and the beliefs and limitations that create blockages are far more active in society. Being spiritual is totally okay. After all, you are a divine being here for the earthly experience. So let's look at how to get out of the story and connect to your inner self. Hi, Robin Plim here, and today's topic is, what do men need to hear? As usual, practical tools will be towards the end. Now, let's go straight from the beginning. I am not talking about gender, but archetypal energy. So, being a man who is in touch with all aspects of himself does not make him any less a man. Society has defined men as being all masculine energy. They are the warrior, the protector, and the shield. They are tough, don't cry, or show a spiritual side. If you are not these things, then you are seen as weak, soft, or not manly. Society, families, peers are all quick to label and ostracize, reinforcing the story and the belief. It makes people uncomfortable. When men buy into this story that defines them as this, they reject anything that makes them seem weak or soft. This is not the case at all. All beings have aspects, many aspects. It's when we shut down any of those parts of ourselves that we lose the benefits and the strengths that come with them. To truly be balanced and whole, we must acknowledge that those other aspects do not make us weak or less. They actually make us complete and whole. They give us power to be who we came here to be, the yin and the yang. You need the two parts to make the whole. The divine masculine is more focused on the material, disciplined, protective, logical, and the do energy. Whereas the feminine divine is passive, receptive, emotions, nurturing, and it's a be energy. Now remember, these are not gender-based, but are energies that we all have. Men tend to have more masculine energy, less female. Women seems to be the other way, more feminine, less male, but we all have aspects of both of them. Remember, it's the energy that those represent. So women tend to connect to their spiritual side more easily because they are more in tune with that divine feminine energy, and they are allowed to be. Men, unfortunately, are caught in a different story and often feel they need permission to embrace that side of themselves. We're all divine beings under the skin. We just have to remember that. Now, the story that we are told and buy into is a lie. I'll say that again. The story that we are told and we buy into is a lie. When we recognize that it's a limitation that we've bought into, it allows us to reject it and release it. Now, sometimes that takes a bit of work, or you may even need some others to help you. Now, strength does not come from being the toughest, the loudest, or the most aggressive. These are energies that are out of balance and toxic. True strength comes from balancing when to do and when to be, when to use the fist and when to show compassion. The way to balance and accept all aspects of ourselves is to work to strengthen that inner self by connecting with your divine within. It does not weaken us or make us any less. The divine feminine and the divine masculine, it's in us all. So the trick is to allow yourself permission to be at peace with all aspects of yourself. Now, that doesn't mean you have to swing completely the other direction. It just means that you allow yourself some of those aspects to come further up and maybe reduce some of the other ones down so you are more balanced. You have never truly needed permission to tap into this. If you allow yourself the right to reclaim the true power of being whole, you are a divine being, and it's a lie that keeps you from experiencing this wholeness. A true warrior discards no tools. So, how do you balance? Well, maybe the first thing to think about is, what has your past experience been? You may have had a very regimented raising where men were men and this is how you act. So you need to acknowledge that others have just passed on what they themselves have experienced and forgive them. They are just giving you what they learnt. Their journey does not have to be yours. Are you holding on to learned limiting beliefs and blockages that you need to release? And I want you to consider, what is the payoff for holding on to them? Is there any? Number 2, what hopes and dreams have you shelved? Give yourself permission to create, revisit, and rekindle some of those passions. Take ownership of your life. You are responsible for how you act and show up in the world. Be the person you truly want to be. No excuses. There are no victims in life. Life does not happen to us, it happens for us. 4, connect within. Learn to meditate, walk in nature and grounding. Listen and act on that intuition, that gut feeling. Look after your mind and your body. Find like-minded people of both sexes to connect with. And do not exclude yourself from groups because there may be more women. You have value too. 5, distance yourself from toxic people. They will only drag you back into the story and lose yourself in the process. Stand your ground. Do what feels right for you, even if that means going against the story. And number 6, feed your mind. Read books, attend workshops, online courses, watch things that feed the soul, not the thug. Find things that will nourish the thoughtful warrior. Now remember, these are not gender-based, but are energies that we all have. So embrace all of you. I give you permission if that is what you need. Now, I hope you found this useful. Share, like, and subscribe for more spiritual content, and I'd love to see any comments below. My book, Awake, Aware, Conscious, is available online, printed and ebook from Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Or if you live in New Zealand, I am happy to post you out a printed copy. If you do need some help to clear some of those blockages, I'm available to work with you. So my contact details will be in the comments section below. So take some time and tap into you and find your wholeness. So thank you for listening if you have got this far.